Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. The other day, I was taking a Sporkle quiz with every draft lottery player since 2003, and that got me thinking, what was going on with some former NBA players and what were they doing now? When doing some research, I noticed that there are a lot of former big-name NBA players playing very well in the G League and thought I could make a cool video. Now just to be clear, I'm not talking about players such as Mark Williams, who are still young and developing and have spent a solid portion of their season down there. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first player, and the player who inspired this video, is Jahlil Okafor. Okafor was the third pick in the 2015 NBA draft, and when he came out of Duke, I personally thought that he was going to be a star. After his first season in the NBA, when he averaged 17.5 points and 7 rebounds a game, he got himself a spot on the All-Rookie team, and I thought he was going to be the center leading the 76ers through the process. But after just 2 solid seasons in Philly, he bounced around the league until he last played with the Pistons in 2021. I thought that his career was over. However, this season, in 15 games with the Mexico City Capitanes, Okafor averaged 20.5 points and 7.9 rebounds a game. I think that this shows that Jahlil still has a lot left in the tank, especially once you put into consideration that he is only 27 years old. If Tristan Thompson can get NBA center minutes, then so can Jahlil Okafor. I think Okafor still has a lot left to prove at the NBA level, and he is definitely skilled enough to make a real NBA comeback as a backup center. Don't be surprised to see him in the league again very soon. Our next player is Okafor's frontcourt teammate in Mexico City, Kenneth Faried. Faried was drafted in 2011 and was an absolute beast on the board for the Nuggets for much of the 2010s. But despite averaging double-digit points in 2019, his stint with the Rockets was his last in the association. After playing a season in China and then COVID, the Manimal joined the Nuggets affiliate team, the Grand Rapids Gold in the G League, and after a solid few games there, he joined the Capitanes for this past season, where he played in 29 games with solid stats of 18.8 points, 11.1 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game. Kenneth is showing that he can still be a stellar center at a high level. He is much older than Okafor, for example, as a 33-year-old, but still has a lot of NBA experience and I think is one of the highest odds out of anybody in this video to make a legit NBA comeback. Next up, we have former NBA champion Chris Chiozza. Chiozza won a chip with the Warriors just last year, but he didn't play a single NBA game this season. This is because he was busy being a star on a team that just finished with the second best record in the entire G League, the Long Island Nets. The 5'11" guard put up 12.6 points, 8.3 assists, and maybe the most impressive part, 4.7 rebounds for someone of his size. Throughout the season, he had multiple triple-doubles and even had a game with 21 points, 10 rebounds, and an incredible 19 assists. Although Chiozza was never a star at the NBA level, I think Chiozza's explosiveness at such a small size and his ability to handle the basketball alone can earn him a small NBA deal again. Mexico City really seems to like their former NBA players, as next up is our third player from the Capitanes, Shabazz Napier. The 6-year NBA vet has been putting up 22.3 points and 5.1 assists per game on over 46% three-point percentage. In his last stint in the league, which was back in 2020 with the T-Wolves and the Wizards, he was still putting up double-digit points. Although this was 3 years ago, I think that his production in the G League has been good enough to prove that he can still play at the NBA level. His stats are very similar to Chris Dunn's stats were in the G League this season, and since then he's been called up to the Jazz and finished out his season in the NBA. Although Napier is 31 years old and older than Dunn, I think he could still be a solid veteran pickup for some teams next season. Our next player is a bit of a shock to me, as he was a top 6 pick in just 2019. That player being Jarrett Culver. Coming out of Texas Tech, Culver was considered a defensive specialist, and the T-Wolves were more than happy to take him with their top pick in 2019. His rookie season wasn't awful, as he put up 9.6 points, but every year after that, things just got worse and worse. This season, the Hawks picked him up, but he only lasted 10 games on the team before being cut. He then went to the G League with the Rio Grande Valley Vipers and the College Park Skyhawks, where he put up 17 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, and a block a game. When you put into consideration the fact that he is still younger than players like Jason Tatum at 24 years old, I think that he still has a very high chance to make an NBA comeback, as soon as even next season. He had a rough start to his career, but with the right opportunity, I think Culver could still be a quality role player in the league. The last player that we are going to talk about today is Emmanuel Mudiay. Mudiay, like Culver, was a top 10 pick in his respective draft. The number 7 pick in 2015 was once a 15-point-per-game scorer on the Knicks, but has only played in 2 games in the league since the start of 2021. The biggest reason that he fell out of the league were his knee injuries and the fact that he made no real improvements in aspects of his game, such as his efficiency shooting the ball. This season in the G League, he averaged 16.7 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. He is still agile and moving well, showing that he is okay with his knee injury. I know that the competition in the G League is obviously worse than the NBA, but I think that it is still a positive sign that his true shooting percentage has gone up from 48.6% in the NBA to 58.1% in the G. He is only 27 years old, so I can easily see him being in the NBA very soon. With all of that being said, these are some former NBA players currently dominating in the G League who I can see making an NBA return in the near future. I've really enjoyed talking about the G League, and we'll try to make more videos on a similar topic very soon. So make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next one when it comes out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and thank you all for watching, and see you next time.